Hey everyone, today I am going to tell you the 5 best personal loan companies without origination fees. And this is a huge deal because origination fees just add up to more money that you owe. And there are some wonderful companies that do not charge them. So I highly recommend checking out this video so that you don't have to pay more money. Let's jump right in. Hey everyone, this is Lauren Mack with Hacking the Rat Race, and I would love for you to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any more videos on money, saving, and investing. Today we are going to go over the best 5 personal loan companies with no origination fees. First, I would like to say that I am not a financial planner, CPA. This is not legal advice. This is not financial advice. Before you make any financial decisions, make sure you speak to your financial advisor. Now that that's said, I would also like to say that I think using personal loans is a great way to pay off debt, especially revolving debt like credit cards, but other debt too. However, I don't think personal loans are a good thing to finance building a pool or just getting into more debt. So I'm making this video mostly aiming for people to be able to pay off their debt faster. And if you are interested in learning more about the power of a personal loan, especially when paying off revolving debt like credit card debt, I made another video, I'm going to link to it above in the show notes below, called The Only Way to Pay Off Credit Card Debt When You Are Broke. With that being said, let's jump right into the 5 best personal loan companies. So number 1 is SoFi. So let's check out the details right now. SoFi is a really great company. So for SoFi, you can apply for large loan amounts up to $100,000, and you can pay this back over 7 years. And another great thing is if you use autopay, which I highly recommend anyways, you get 0.25% rate discount, which over time can add up to a lot of money. And like all the other ones on this list, there are no origination fees. They have no prepayment penalty. In addition to not having any fees, they also have perks for their members, which include discounts on products, special events, and things like that. And for SoFi, good credit is required. They haven't actually given like exact credit scores that they're aiming for, which can be good if you don't have great credit, so I would highly consider SoFi. The next one I like is Lightstream. The only downside to Lightstream, it's not really a downside, is that you just need to have a little bit higher credit score, about 740 or above. So if you have a lower credit score, this one may not be a good option, but they have really low interest rates, sometimes as low as 3.99% if you enroll with autopay, which again, like I said, I always recommend that. They have no origination fees, no hidden fees. And for Lightstream as well, you can get up to $100,000 and repay it over 7 years. This is another good option if you have good credit and you're trying to pay off your revolving credit card debt fast. The next option is Marcus by Goldman Sachs. And this is also a really good option. They don't have fees. They don't have origination fees. They have no fees. They don't even have late payment fees. The only other downside is you cannot have a co-signer on one of these loans. I would definitely look at Marcus by Goldman Sachs if you are looking at paying off your debt, because another benefit is when you get this loan, if you are telling them you're paying off debt, they will make payments directly to your creditors. So it completely streamlines the process versus other personal loans where you get the payment, then you have to go pay off your debt. You tell them what debt you're paying off, and they will pay it to them directly, which completely streamlines the process for you. So this is a huge perk of using Marcus by Goldman Sachs. The next company is Discover. And the great thing about Discover is their minimum FICO score is around 660. So if you don't have really great credit, you could still qualify for this. Their repayment terms are 3 to 7 years, and their loan amounts are $2,500 to around $35,000. This could be great, and they also will pay your creditors directly like Marcus at Goldman Sachs. So this is another great option. Like all of these fees, they don't have origination fees. So if you are thinking about getting a personal loan to pay off your debt and maybe you don't have a great or really good credit score, then Discover is going to be a really good option to consider. And the last option is PNC. And this one is really great because you can get small loans starting at just $1,000. So maybe you have $2,500 in credit card debt you want to pay off and you have a super high interest rate on your card. You could literally get $2,500 with PNC. Some of the other ones start at like $5,000 or maybe $10,000. So if you have even $4,000 on your credit card that you want to have a personal loan, you may also not qualify for some of the other options, but for PNC you can, and they also don't have origination fees. They also have the 0.25% rate discount if you put it on auto pay. And also, you only need a 680 credit score, which is a little bit higher than Discover, but it is not really high like some of the other ones I mentioned above. So PNC, if you have a lower amount, can be a great option. And even if you have a higher amount, it could be a great option. But this is one that kind of captures some of the people who maybe don't have over $5,000, but still would like to get a personal loan to get all the benefits of consolidating your revolving credit card debt with a personal loan. Another great benefit of PNC is that they allow co-applicants. So let's just say you have a really low credit score and you would not qualify. You could get a co-applicant that maybe has a good credit score, maybe like a friend or a family member, and you could possibly qualify for this loan that way. However, I never think that's a good idea because that can cause so many problems. And if you're listening to this, I definitely wouldn't be a co-applicant for someone else. But if you know someone who's willing to be a co-applicant and you have a really low credit score, then this PNC personal loan could be a really good option for you. I told you I was going to give you the top 5 personal loan companies with no origination fees, which I have done. These are all great companies, and depending on your situation and what bucket you fall into, these could be great options for you. However, whenever you get an offer, you might want to look at what the interest rate they're offering and the terms, etc. Another bonus tip would be take those offers and maybe go to your local banks and credit unions. Oftentimes they will also give you personal loans, and maybe if you've been banking there for a long time, you have good history, maybe they can give you better terms, maybe a better interest rate. So definitely look at these, but then I would at least go look at your bank that you've been using for a long time because they might even give you more favorable options. That is a good bonus tip, but whichever you choose, whether it be your personal bank or any of the 5 I mentioned here, just make sure that you are looking at the APR on the offer they're giving you. That will kind of give you apples to apples of how much you are actually having to pay to repay this loan. Make sure, especially if you go to your local bank, that you are paying no origination fees. You do not want a prepayment fee. I mean, if you can get away with having no fees, like some of the ones I mentioned before, like no late fees, no NSF fees, these kind of things, I would definitely highly recommend looking at that too, because all of this will add up to the amount that you have to pay. And like I said earlier, late fees shouldn't be such a big deal because it's really important, especially to keep your credit score up, that you are making the payments for this on time. But by using a personal loan, you can literally crush your debt and pay it off so fast. So I highly recommend looking into consolidating your debt into a personal loan. I want to hear from you in the comments below. Do any of these companies interest you? Is there a company that you know that you love that you could recommend to our community? Just make sure that they have no origination fees because that is so important. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to hit the like button. It literally costs you nothing and it does so much for this video, and it pushes this video out to other people who are considering getting a personal loan to pay off their debt. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more videos on money, saving, and investing. Thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.